Today's episode of Film Riot is brought to you by our friends at Squarespace and Gamefly. Go to gamefly.com/Film Riot for your free trial membership. You get to try it first. Score! Today on Film Riot, a little clarity, and then later some power issues. Welcome to Film Riot, the show that takes the mystery out of the effects and techniques going to some of your favorite Hollywood films. I'm your host, Ryan Conley. So we just got back from Spain, and I am jet-lagged as a mother-father's mother. But upon my return, I was shifting through some comments on YouTube and some tweets and decided that I would clarify a few things that I either didn't explain well or just didn't even try to. Because I got bored or lazy or maybe threatened by the mob.
Definitely not the last one.
Go drink a fart milkshake.
You're always so mean to me.
What doesn't kill you
Annoys the F out of me.
corrects. Clarify! First thing I'm going to lay the hammer of clarity upon is this right here from our YouTube channel. LOL, 20 megabytes or higher? When I said 20 megabytes or higher, Augie Mendoza asks best SD cards for DSLR shooting. For SD cards, I usually use SanDisk. You're gonna wanna get something that's 20 megabytes or higher, otherwise you're gonna have recording issues. I wasn't talking about the amount of space the card has for storing your video. I'm talking about the megabytes per second, which is how fast the card can read or write information. If you're shooting HD video with a DSLR or any other device, you're gonna wanna get an SD card that's at least class 6, which will start around 20 megabytes per second, and then go higher from there. The higher the better, but it does start getting pretty expensive. Another thing to keep in mind when buying your card is the storage space of the card. Again, if you're gonna be shooting HD video, you're gonna wanna get something over 4 gigs. I personally have 2 32 gig cards, a 16 gig, and a 4 gig as a backup. Clarify! Next, they're called Openfaced Lights, not PAR lights. Clarify! You are right, but you're also wrong. They are open-faced lights like you said because they have no lens in front of the lamp, like you would see on a Fresnel light. But this is also a PAR light. If you look in the back of the fixture, you'll see a silver reflector with a lot of divots. This is a parabolic reflector, which is made of aluminum, which makes it a parabolic aluminized reflector, which is shortened to PAR. So these lights that I showed you are open-faced PAR lights. Clarify! Our final piece of clarity comes from this question and answer here. Cannon Hunt on Twitter asks, are there any special effects or settings you can change to get the 24 frames per second cinema look with 30 frames per second in film? Yeah, if you shoot 30 frames per second, you can always convert that to 24 frames per second in post. It doesn't look quite the same, but it looks pretty freaking close. It's pretty easy to do that. Just Google converting 24 frames per second, or 30 frames per second to 24 frames per second, and you're gonna find a ton of tutorials on that. Since last week's episode, I have had a bunch of questions for me to elaborate, so let's clarify. For this one, I'm still gonna make you go elsewhere for the answer, but at least this time I'll be giving you the specific elsewhere, and that will be this link right here. This is a tutorial by Philip Bloom. The reason I'm sending you here instead of just telling you is because I learned the conversion technique I use from him. So for me to just regurgitate his technique to you would feel a bit like stealing to me. Plus, this is a great site for you to know about anyway, since Philip is on the forefront of DSLR filmmaking. So it's a great resource for you to have. Clarify!
I do not see how you don't think she's hot.
I don't understand how you think she is
Jessica Biel.
hot. No, she's
Summer
not.
Catch,
Jessica Biel.
absolutely
Yeah,
freaking
hold on,
amazing.
just making sure. We are talking about the same person.
We are
for
talking
Seventh
about
Heaven.
Jessica Biel, Seventh Heaven. Okay, forgive me.
Oh
So what?
my
She's
God.
gorgeous, dude.
No, she's not
yes,
gorgeous.
She is.
She isn't
Chuck
gorgeous.
and Larry.
She has nothing
Chuck
to
and
try.
Larry.
What about it?
It's a freaking terrible
No,
movie,
it is
but she's
terrible, but
gorgeous.
she's ugly. I don't think she's attractive.
You're
I'm saying
ugly.
you're up. Oh, we're gonna go there.
Squarespace offers users a flexible solution for anyone looking to create a blog, personal portfolio, or any kind of website. No matter what level of coding experience you have, Squarespace can provide the tools needed to create a high-end, complex website that's uniquely your own. And don't worry if you come across any questions or issues, Squarespace also offers every user 24/7 support. Squarespace just pushed a brand new social widget for geolocation services. Display your most recent check-ins from Foursquare, Gowalla, and Facebook Places on a live Google map. Squarespace is the only web publishing platform with native built-in solution for displaying your check-in data. The widget is totally customizable and fully integrated with the Squarespace style editor. Squarespace's iPhone app lets you publish your blog on the go and comment moderation. Get push notifications to approve new comments, mark existing comments as spam, reply to comments, and more, all from your iPhone. Many of the internet's highest trafficked web pages are powered by Squarespace, not to mention many of the personal pages of Revision 3 hosts and personalities. So go to squarespace.com/FilmRiot to get a 2-week free trial and learn more.
Logo.
Hey, you know what we haven't done in a while? And then you say, what?
No, I don't.
Yes, you do. We talked about this. You what?
Talk about it.
And yeah, what? Quick tips. Why don't we do it? And then we'll transition it.
We're doing quick tips? Film Riot quick tips!
This quick tip was brought on by this email. Hello, sir. Me and my friends have been shooting our short film for the last few weeks in my parents' house. It's going well, except for one thing. As we're shooting, we keep tripping the breakers, which shuts all the lights off. I can't figure out why this is happening. Help! Nate. The reason that your breakers are tripping is due to you overloading the circuit. Now, most places that you shoot will have two types of circuit that you'll be pulling from, either a 20 amp circuit or a 15 amp circuit. So here's what's happening with you. Say I have two 1Ks, that is two 1000 watt lights for a total of 2000 watts of power, which translates to about 20 amps. Now if I put both of these lights on the same circuit, which ends up being a 15 amp breaker, then the 15 amp breaker is going to trip under the 20 amp load. Getting around this problem is easy enough. All you need is a flashlight and a voltage tester like this one, which you can get for cheap pretty much anywhere tools are sold. First, locate the electrical panel in the house, then have someone else take the voltage tester and plug it into one of the outlets in the house. The lights on the tester will light up if there is power to that outlet. Now start shutting off breakers until the lights on the voltage tester go out. Once you find the circuit that the outlet is on, leave that one off but turn the rest back on. Now go through the house and find what other outlets and lights are turned off and mark it down. Plus, turning the breakers off and on is a really cheap way to have a rave. So doing that is going to show you what areas are on the same circuit. So now go through the rest and mark those down as well, while also making sure to make a note if the breaker is 20 amp or 15 amp. Having this electrical roadmap will help you evenly spread out your power and keep you from tripping circuits. Trippin' circuits. Kind of sounds like a rap song.
My song's on the radio!
Yeah, I'm a motherfuckers.
Oh my god, that's my voice!
Yeah, yo, 2Ks, 15 amp circuit, tripping breakers and all day. Tripping them breakers, tripping them circuits.
Trippin' circuits! You know the words, sing along, baby.
I feel that circuit tripper, tripping circuit, tripping circuit.
Anyway, there you go.
Film Riot quick tips!
I'm sorry, I made you cookies.
No, man. I'm sorry. I shouldn't have called you ugly. That was mean.
Thanks, man.
We get so intense about all these stupid, dumb arguments every time.
Dumb argument.
Oh, not dumb.
How is
Jessica
it-
Biel being hot or
How
not?
is it a
not
dumb argument?
Dude, she is.
That's a legitimate argument. I thought we were getting.
Dude, you're
deep
legitimate.
into
You come over
philosophical.
here, you offer me cookies.
And you
I
give
don't
it
want
back.
cookies.
I mean, you
I
don't
don't
want
want cookies.
I mean, you're cooking and you give it back to me. Obviously, you're forgetting what I do.
I don't think we should
You're
be friends
getting
anymore.
fresh cookies. I want the cookies.
I don't think we should be friends anymore.
I love to relax and hit up a little gaming, but what I don't love is buying a game for around 60 bucks just to find out that that game sucks. And that is where Gamefly has become a real lifesaver for me, since it is the largest online video game rental service with over 7,000 new and classic titles across all consoles and handhelds. Their plans start at just $15.95 a month, and Gamefly members can rent 1 to 4 games at a time and keep them for as long as they'd like. There are no late fees, no due dates, and shipping is always free. Once you're done playing a game, send it back and Gamefly will send you the next available game on your list. If you actually like the game you're playing, simply click Keep It on the Gamefly website and the game is yours at a discounted price. Gamefly will even mail you the case and manuals for freezies. And for our Film Riot fans, you can get a 2-week free trial when you go to gamefly.com/Film Riot. Some restrictions apply, see site for details. And we've reached the end of this little ditty. But until next week, come connect with me on Twitter because it's always nice to have friends. You can also check in on our Facebook page, and there's also Josh's Twitter, which I promised to promote for his birthday.
You're not supposed to say that.
But I'll see you next week when I finally get over jet lag, hopefully. And when I find out that my first car is actually a transforming robot named after an insect.
That one's easy.
So they're not always gonna be hard.
Snap.
Fresnel light. I know.
Wow.
Okay, whoa. Whoa.
Is he choking on it?
What do you do? Look down your throat?
Yeah.
Like an inhaled, like a.
That was real. Did you hear that?